Welcome back. Father's Day is just a week away. When it comes to getting your dad the perfect gift, forget the tie, maybe the gift card. Why not give him what he'd really appreciate, a financially independent kid? Jon Lawton from OpenAir Advisors is here with some ways to do that. Good morning to you, Jon. Thank you so much for waking up early.
Good morning. Yeah.
Okay, I think Dad might like the tie and the gift card and a financially independent kid, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's talk about this. What did you learn, I guess, from your father and how that maybe shaped your life when it comes to financial literacy?
I'm still learning from my dad. He's still here. He still gives us the fishing tips. Unfortunately, I don't know that either one of us are getting any better at that. But I remember my first job, the first thing that he told me was start your plan, start saving early and often. My dad was a Dallas policeman for 37 years.
Wow.
And back then, when he started when he was 18 years old, and there were guys that he worked with that had to make that decision at 18 whether they were going to start a plan or not. And so as he continued to work and work and work, he saw some of the guys that didn't, so they get to the retirement age and they don't have a plan. Yeah, they don't have a plan set aside. So early and often, make sure we get it started just as soon as you get your first job.
And that can be a scary place to be when you're getting ready to retire and you're not set up for retirement. Let's talk about the Bank of Dad for so long here. What are some ways that we can actually show him that we're financially set?
Yeah, get the basics right. So make sure that you have your 3 to 6 months worth of expenses set aside. Make sure that your budget and your debt is in order. And I would say get organized with that, right? Make sure that you have those things set in place. And then make sure that you're contributing to a plan.
Makes sense. Let's talk about those strategies to implement when you pay off debt.
There's two major strategies that we use and that we see. The first one is pay off the highest interest rate first. So if you're looking at your credit cards, let's choose the one that has the highest interest rate. The other strategy that I tend to use and that tend to like is find the one with the lowest balance. With any strategy, make sure that you're continuing to make your minimum payments, but pay off the one with the smallest balance. And then use the money that you're not paying once that one's paid off to then move into the next one and then move into the next one. And so it really starts to build. If you're looking at your credit card debt and you're only making the minimum payments, you know you're not getting anywhere with that. So you have to have a strategy to make sure that you're getting those paid off.
Oh, that is a good strategy here. And how do we keep our savings on track? That can be difficult.
So just going back to the basics, right? If we have our 3 to 6 months worth of expenses set aside, you can handle a lot of obstacles in your life, right? I mean, if the air conditioner goes out or any of those sorts of things, that savings will get you through that time period. Now, if it's a job, that's a little different. And so maybe we do need to pause until we can get ourselves back on track. But every situation is different. Having that 3 to 6 months is a really good insurance policy on our lives.
Okay, that's a good one to always keep in mind. And Jon, I guess what advice do you have for dads that are still maybe helping their kids financially? I remember when my dad cut me off for good.
That's a tough one. That one, yeah, that's a tough one because there are a lot of kids out there that really do need help. And so I would say for any of those dads that are out there, try to transition and being the mentor. Try to transition from being the piggy bank into giving good, sage advice. And when you can do that and you can help them. The other thing I would just say, because we have a lot of families that do give money to their kids and they do it on a consistent basis. If you can stagger those payments, so maybe you really like to give your kids something special at Christmas time.
Yeah.
If you're doing that every year, they tend to depend on it. And then if that money were to go away, they made long-term decisions based on your gift. So if you can stagger that, maybe it's not a big Christmas gift, maybe today it's in March or June, that'll help them not rely on that payment, and so it really is a gift to that financial household.
Good advice, Jon. You know, sometimes people just need an advisor like you. How can they reach out to you and get that help?
The first place is a lot of the things that we've talked about are directly on our website, openairadvisors.com.
Jon, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Cleo.
All right, glad you were here.